Ladies, gentlemen, filmmakers and moviegoers alike, welcome to this week's episode of Critic the Casual. I'm your host, Srekcuf5.
That was good intro music.
I loved that music.
That was good.
I found some good music this week.
That is our official scary go-to now, right?
Sure. Why not?
Because that was good. That was good.
That felt good, yeah. I was like, I found it, and I was like, this is definitely it. That's Dev, by the way. Hi, Dev.
Hi.
That was it. The song originally, like, I chopped it down a little bit because it was originally a 5-minute long song. So,
God damn.
but still cool. Definitely going to be using that
good.
again.
That's good. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Though what week we'll use that on is definitely going to be up for contention. Because Steven, if the week that you want to do is anything like this week.
I know where you're going with this.
I'm not going to be a happy camper.
Yeah, so I'll be honest with that. I'm probably leaning towards yours already because I saw the first Jeepers Creepers movie. I liked it, but I know I'm one of the few people who would like it. So, like, I think it's interesting.
Maybe I could see if I can get a guest. Would that make it better?
We'll see. We'll see.
Because Steven, I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Current horror ain't getting me right now.
Yeah, because
We've been hitting with a lot of duds.
current horror has been really disappointing because I feel like they kind of forget the key thing that's important in horror is to, like, feel worried for your main characters.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's a lot. So,
That's a good note to start this on.
yeah, but instead, I called this week, which one is this? Because we're watching Halloween 2. Not
1981.
Yeah, 1981.
Not Halloween 2018 or Halloween 2 20...
I think the Halloween 2 Rob Zombie version came out in 2008. Yeah.
We did it last year. Hold on.
Yeah. That movie came out in 2018. Or, sorry, we did that with the 2018 movie.
Oh, it was 2009 because it was 2007, 2009.
Yeah.
2008 was the middle year, and that's why we went there.
That's right. Okay.
It was the surrounding 2008. And not to be confused with Halloween H2O.
Mm-hmm.
But Halloween 2.
Yeah. And then, after that, we're going to talk about Halloween Kills, which is
Halloween 3. Not to be confused with Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Mm-hmm. But it's only, like, the second movie? I don't know. I'm just kidding. We're going to stop there. At least I'm going to stop there. Dev, you're allowed to keep going. I don't care. So
I think that's all I can do really right now.
Okay.
We'll see.
So you ready to talk about Halloween 2, made in 1981?
I guess.
Okay. So, Halloween 2, made in 1981. I hate that I have to clarify that. The movie came out, and I gotta say, at the very beginning, just before anybody knows, it takes place immediately after the original Halloween movie. Maybe, technically, like a minute or two before the end of the original Halloween movie, and then it continues.
Man, I wonder if we'll see that again.
Who knows? We'll see. Yeah. It might be a recurring theme.
Sequel to a movie called Halloween. Who would do that? I will say for a sequel, doesn't quite live up to the one that came before.
Yeah.
I found this one much more boring than I do the original Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember this movie that much. I think I confuse it with the rest of the franchise, and this one just falls off in my brain. Like, I know there's one that, like, has hospital scenes, and I know that's this one now.
Yeah.
But, like, I thought other stuff happened in this one.
Yeah, I immediately, when I was watching this movie, my mind immediately went to Rob Zombie's version. Because that's the one that's more memorable to me. It's literally the exact same scenes, but Rob Zombie's version is gruesomer, so it makes it more memorable.
But it's also bad. Like, this
Yeah.
one isn't necessarily bad. It's just kind of it. It hasn't aged gracefully.
I mean,
I'll
no.
say that.
Yeah. Like, yeah, there's a lot of dumb stuff that happens in this movie. There's a lot of dumb decisions. There's a lot of toxic men stuff. Um, there wasn't.
The 80s.
Yep, there wasn't boobs to body ratio in this one, but
There was, but it was literally one to everyone.
Yeah,
who was in the movie.
I think ultimately my biggest complaint, like, is the fact that this movie is aged, but not because of like the pacing or anything like that, but because of like the camera work. And the big thing that caught my attention every single time that always took me out of it was the actual stabbings and the blood.
Oh, the blood got me every time. I'm like, that is fucking paint.
Yeah, like with the stabbings for me, it was just like, they do the close up of the weapon doing the thing, and then they do the reaction of the like a smash cut to the reaction. So it's supposed to be like, oh, I've been stabbed, but the stabbings always look so fake.
So there is some great camera work. There's a scene where Michael Myers is in the background behind, like, because it's in a hospital, he's behind like a security window.
Yeah.
I know what scene I'm talking about.
Yeah,
when two nurses are talking. It took me a moment to realize like that he was actually in the shot until he moved. I went, oh wait, hold on, and I backtracked. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I love when that shit happens.
That's one thing I did want to comment on though, is I liked the use of the foreground and the background. Not a lot of modern movies will do that. It's a slower pace technique, but it's one that I really appreciate and I miss out.
Oh yeah. So, not to interrupt things, but I meant to bring this up at the beginning of the show. So you know how I opened this card?
Mm-hmm.
It's a $100 card.
Oh, nice.
Woo! I'm probably gonna keep it because it's fucking Charizard and all, but like,
let's say you could sell it and then pay some bills.
I could pay bills, but I just need to. I kind of want to hang on to it and see if it goes up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of like the rarest cards in the set. So like, I asked my one of my coworkers, and he's like, because he does that stuff, and he's like, yeah, I haven't gotten a Charizard. No one I know has gotten a Charizard yet. I'm like, ooh, that's intriguing. And I looked at the price today because I woke up at 1 and watched both movies at like, I think
it's 1 in a sleeve, monster.
Yeah, it's in a sleeve.
You blind bastard.
Don't worry, I put it in a sleeve.
Yeah, people take care of their cards in this area.
Hell yeah. I want to get one of the protective cases for it though.
Hard plastics.
Yeah. So yeah, but like, I was looking at that when I was watching both these movies.
Nice. That's why this tangent came into play.
Yes,
okay. See, this is why we should have a har podcast, so we can like.
Yo, I'm sorry, I've been working a lot. Okay.
It's okay.
I fell asleep as soon as I got home yesterday at like 2, and I woke up at 1. All right, I nearly slept 12 hours.
It's okay. In the meantime, Jay and I have decided we're just gonna start playing board games every Tuesday.
Stream it on the horror channel.
Maybe.
That.
Probably.
You guys don't need me for that shit.
True. Dude, like, before we finish this tangent here, I'm going on another one.
Tangent on a tangent.
Yeah.
That is very us.
Exactly. This tanception. Tangentian. There we go.
That's what I was gonna go with, tangentian.
When Jay and I were playing last night, we were playing Terraforming Mars, and it was really fun up until like the chain of events as I saw it was Jay pulls up this little forestry greenery tile card, and my computer fails to load that tile texture because I don't know, reasons. And as soon as it decides it fails to do that, my internet modem resets, like hard shuts down, and completely resets. And it was weird because I lost all of my connection except for the connection to the game. And I was like, okay, that's weird. I'm not connected to Discord. My family, like even the family up front, their computer connection's disconnected. Like, wow, this is weird. So I go to do my turn in the game. I get halfway through my turn, and then I get thrown out of the game. And the rest of them we were playing with were like, oh, that should be fine. It should be a couple minutes and he'll be back. And I was back in a couple minutes. But in the couple minutes it took me to get back, Jay then was also kicked from the game for some random reason. And he was the host. So the entire server shut down after that. And then when he went to hop back into the game and load up like the last save, it was a few turns back and it hadn't saved everything correctly. So, man, we were literally playing that game for 2.5 hours, and we lost it all.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I sat there. I was like, fucking us.
Speaking of getting lost, let's get back to the plot.
Yeah, let's talk about getting lost in a hospital.
Yeah, no, man, I don't know. This one just doesn't do it for me. It's not, I can't really hold anything majorly against it outside of toxic man bullshit. Which, let's be real, he's gonna be in a lot of 80s movies,
And
especially horror ones.
Not wrong. I mean, it's in some modern horror movies because now it's something that people intentionally talk about.
True, but it's like addressed in some form.
Yeah, not like
maybe not always well, and we can comment on that. But like, if we're watching a movie from the 80s, like, yeah, this is the 80s.
Yeah, it's the 80s when a man scares the shit out of the woman, and the woman decides to still have sex with him.
Yeah. Accurate. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, this movie just I did spoilers.
Yeah, we're not. This is the non-spoiler part of the show. Dang it!
How dare you spoil a movie that was made
40 years ago?
30... Oh fuck! It is 40, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is a good question, though. We'll talk about it when we get to the next movie. Yeah. When we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's stuff in this movie that also kind of bugged me, like characters not thinking, which I know a lot of it's like paranoia, and when you're scared, you don't think straight. But I was literally yelling at my screen with like the security guard, who it just doesn't make sense sometimes, where he's like, "Hey, look, there's this broken padlock on the outside of a closed door, but it looks like it's supposed to be closed. So that tells me that there's somebody inside the building, because clearly this was padlocked from inside the building." So then he moves the padlock, he opens the door, and he walks in. And then it happens again, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen this time?
Yeah, yeah. There's some tomfoolery about. Also, just like leaving a thing with a woman who doesn't know what she's doing with it. She's like, "Hey, I need help with this, please," and being like, "You're fine. I'm just gonna go do this thing. Don't worry."
Yeah, he was so nonchalant about it. Yeah. Totally fine.
You'll be fine. She was, in fact, not fine.
Not fine. I mean, she was fine. But I'm just kidding. Remember, this is the 80s. It's totally fine.
No, it's not.
Just not like she was. Oh, damn. I'm just kidding.
You need to be stopped.
Yeah, I should just stop.
Like this franchise. We'll get there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's much to say on this one anymore, because it is just like it's aged and like it's not a bad horror movie for its time, but like there are better movies of its time.
Yes.
So
I mean, I totally like this movie.
I mean, especially for a movie that was released on oh, fuck, I scrolled too far. On October 30th of 1981 with a budget of $2.5 million. Um, its opening weekend, it did make 7.4, and in the US and worldwide, it made 25.5, which is pretty good return. Honestly, it's 10 times the budget,
Yeah.
which is a dream. Um,
Oh,
and with inflation, that's some
let's say
crazy ass fucking number now.
that doesn't math right, but whatever. 7 million to 25 million is not 10 times.
No, 2.5
Oh,
to 25.
sorry, I misread. There was something wrong. It was my brain.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And honestly, like, for having Jamie Lee Curtis in this, I feel like she's really underutilized.
Incredibly.
Honestly.
I feel like it's a bad decision to put your like main screen queen, the one that the main character of the movie is supposed to be, have them be locked in a bed for say about 80-90% of the movie.
Yeah.
Seems like a bad decision to me.
It's not the best.
Yeah.
Definitely not the best.
Yeah. It's like, what am I supposed to be afraid of? Going into a coma? Because I'm bored here. Come on. This movie was all in all, it was okay. The only reason I still like it is just because it's John Carpenter who directed the movie. And John Carpenter does that stuff with the dynamic range of view where you have the foreground, the background, and the midground and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting to watch that stuff, for sure. But it's not scary to watch that stuff. Especially when the scariest thing in this movie is the music.
I mean, dude, Carpenter slaps with his music. Like, let's be fucking real. Like,
True.
dude knows how to make a horror theme. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
He knows how to write horror. He knows how to fucking make music for horror. He's a king of it. Let's be real. He is the king of it. And honestly, I can't wait because Carpenter didn't he do Scream as well?
John Carpenter Scream? I don't think so.
Was he not Scream? Who did Scream?
Scream was directed by hiccup, sorry. Was directed by Wes Craven.
Oh, Craven. Okay, the other king. I mean, it is. They're the two kings of horror. Let's be real.
Master of. Trying to think of. There's a movie. There's somebody, a director, who's given. I guess it's Hitchcock is the one I'm thinking of. As the master of tension and suspense.
Oh yeah, he's the master of tension. He's the original. But like I would say, like after Hitchcock, it's those two. It's Wes Craven and John Carpenter.
Sure. What about Ridley Scott?
I mean, he's a good horror director.
I'm just.
Jordan Peele's.
I was about to say Jordan Peele's a pretty decent psychological thriller director.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I'm not saying there aren't other, kings of it. I'm just saying, like, of their time, like, when they were the go-tos of it. You know what I mean? Like, they changed the horror franchises forever with their work. So, yeah. Anyways,
Popcorn.
I'm cool with moving on to popcorn kernels.
Yeah. So yeah, Dev, here's your 10 kernels for Halloween 2, made in 1981.
I'm giving it a 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah, 5.5.
That's respectable. I was gonna give it a 6. So
fair enough.
Totally watchable movie. I'd watch it again. I will watch it again.
More than likely, it'll probably be on at some point in my life again.
Mm-hmm.
I may not put it on because I'm not the horror guy. I have other horror movies that I've talked about that I go to. One we actually haven't reviewed yet, and I've thought about it.
Oh,
Event Horizon.
That reminds me. Gotta double check if there's a movie on our list that I want to see.
Oh boy.
There we go. Scrolling down here. Doesn't look like it is. Oh, what that movie come out on?
Oh, what are you message me? I know I could probably tell you.
Comes out. Ooh, damn.
No, if it's what week I think you think it is.
It is. Fuck.
What
That's
movie?
why it's not on there. One Night in Soho.
Oh, what week is that out?
It
Is that
comes out October 29th.
No, that actually is contention.
Yeah, at that point I'd have it be the movie I want and One Night in Soho. That would be a good pairing.
Wait, that movie?
They're
That's
both
there?
I mean, no, when is that movie? I'm so confused on when that other movie comes out.
Sorry, everyone. This is like
This is yeah. So
this is BTS stuff. Are you talking about the movie that I'm over?
yeah, these would be the same week.
Oh, like the one that I'm over in that one?
Yeah.
I hate you. Because that is on my list too. But then we don't get to fucking talk about anime. See, when we don't get options, we don't. How rarely do we get to talk about anime movies we get to see in theaters?
That is a good question.
When have we done that? When have we done that?
We've never talked about an anime movie that we saw in theaters.
Exactly. It would
because
be a
who sees anime movies in theaters?
I do.
You nerd. Wait, it's better. You're a dork. I'm sorry. I'd call you another term, but no. That's in.
A loser.
I mean, you said it, not me.
Fucking dweeb.
So yeah,
I mean,
we could think that.
Could we put that one, that you want? Would you be? We could pair that with the week after, maybe.
These two?
No, this one and this one.
I mean,
they're both new directions for both things. Because that's a new direction for him directing, and that's a new direction for that franchise.
You know, give me one more week to think it over.
Trying something new.
Because you want that damn movie and you want somebody to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to see the movie you want on there. I'm sorry. Because I know. I don't want to. Like, part of it too is I know you're probably going to enjoy it.
I probably would, yeah.
I don't want to sully that for you the entire time by being just that, like, I mean, it was a movie.
when we talk about other horror movies, like modern ones, a lot of the time I'm like, man, that was disappointing.
Yeah, we end up having the same discourse of, man, that was disappointing. There's not much to say about this. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, I mean, we could transition into our next movie and talk about that one. And
oh God, this one I actually have something to say about.
I was about to say, I got shit to say on this one. So
yeah, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Second movie. We'll talk about that other stuff after the show. Enough tangents for this one.
Okay, so all
right, so
want to introduce it?
Yeah, sure. The second movie is the third movie in this franchise
of this timeline, not the third movie of the last time, because technically the third movie is a different timeline entirely in the original franchise, because it's, you know, the season of the witch, and technically 4 would be the next one in the timeline. But, you know, things are a little weird in this because, like, we have that one, we have, like, is H2O a direct sequel to Halloween, or is it a sequel to Halloween 2? I can never remember. It's confusing.
H2O is a direct sequel to Halloween 2.
Okay, so technically Halloween H2O, which could be confused as a Halloween 2, is also a Halloween 3. much like this one, Halloween Kills, could be considered a Halloween sequel, like a Halloween 2, but it's also a Halloween 3. Fuck this fucking franchise. At least with Freddy and Jason, we know where it is. It's, hey, it's this bulk of movies and then this movie. Not, hey, let's go back to the first one for the umpteenth fucking time and just do the same stupid shit again. This movie is nothing new. This movie is the same shit. 2018 had some like pizzazz to it. Like, I was like, you know, it's a little kill festy, but like it keeps a little bit of the heart of the suspense of the first one. You know, it does that. This one just goes full stupid, balls to the wall. And I will say it's a little entertaining and it's stupid because it is very stupid. And like it gets some points from the entertainment factor there. I'm not gonna lie, because it does some stupid shit. There's a door that gets kicked and flips a gun and a woman shoots herself by accident.
Yeah, I was like come on. But it's still funny.
That was the moment my brain went, okay, so we're going here. We're going Rob Zombie Halloween at this point. Like, I'm sorry, this is Rob Zombie's Halloween all over again. I'm like, hey, I thought we moved past this. That was a decade ago.
Nope.
This movie was released October 15th of 2021 with a budget estimate of $20 million. Opening weekend made $59 million. Gross US and Canada, $54 million. And worldwide so far, $60 million. My fucking word. Like, holy shit. Thank God I didn't go to theaters for this, because I would have been so much more disappointed. I'm glad I paid for Peacock.
Yeah.
The $5. I paid $5 to see this movie, made my own popcorn. I was like, all right. I didn't even eat popcorn, actually, because it was like 3 in the morning. I was like, I'm not going to eat popcorn before like going to work a few hours later. As like my breakfast. I'll wait.
But you just like the smell when you're watching movies, you know?
Yeah, I didn't make it though. I should have. I probably would have enjoyed it. But maybe truly made it a popcorn flick, because
this is a popcorn flick, sure.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, so anybody that cares, this movie starts exactly after Halloween, and not the Halloween. I mean Halloween that came out in 2018, the sequel, the second movie, but
not Halloween. The first movie, because Halloween is a sequel to Halloween.
Yeah, but it's not a direct sequel. Like, it doesn't immediately take place after the. I mean, it's a direct sequel, but it's not like, you know, you get the idea, right?
I sure hope so at this point, because my lord.
Yeah,
my lord.
So yeah, this Halloween Kills takes place after Halloween, which takes place after Halloween. But this one does exactly what Halloween 2 does, which is like it immediately takes place after the events, maybe shows like a minute or two of the last movie, and then it keeps playing through. And then, you know, most of the movie for our main character, Laurie Strode, she's in a hospital bed. Not doing
our other
shit.
main character, Allison, is also not doing shit.
But she's along for the ride, you know? She's driving.
Well, no, she's not even shotgun.
She's okay, yeah, she's in the back seat. Yeah. Where you can see her in the rear view.
And our other main character, Karen, is doing the most, because she's trying to save people from mobs.
Yeah? No? Maybe? Yes? That's a great question.
Did Jamie Lee Curtis get paid for this, by the way? Because holy shit.
Double a great question. I would love to get paid to lay on my bed for hours on end.
Dude,
that's some hard acting that she had to do this movie.
All her scenes are in two rooms. 2 rooms.
It might be because it's pandemic-y, but still.
They filmed this before? Or like, did they film this during? I don't know.
I think it's during. I'm gonna, for benefit of the doubt, I'm gonna say during.
Still.
Yeah, still. And especially, too, because there's a lot of dialogue that happens towards, like, for most of this movie, was like, sure, fine, fuck it. If that's what we're going to do with this movie, I am totally for it. And then we get to the last 10 minutes. And
these 10 minutes.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes.
I knew exactly how this would end. As soon as Judy Greer shows up, is her name Andy Matty? Chika?
Which person?
We know we're all Allison. We know I'm terrible at names. Let's be real. Cheers. To help her out. Knew exactly where this movie was gonna go. And it ended almost exactly how I thought it would end.
For me, I hadn't placed where it was gonna end, but I didn't think it was gonna end there, you know? Like,
there's one thing, and I'll talk about in spoilers, that I thought would be part of the end, but that is where I thought everything would end.
Yeah. See, when we get to spoilers, I have written a whole new ending for this movie, which, believe it or not, might sound incredibly familiar. So it's not a whole new ending, but it's a better ending the fuck that we just got.
Steven, you gotta remember your ending has to have another sequel planned, ready to go.
I've already got that sequel planned. I've actually thought of a better sequel.
Similar?
But it might be similar to another movie. Yeah.
Have we reviewed that movie?
Not yet, no, actually.
Oh.
At least I don't think so.
I'm intrigued.
Color
me intrigued.
We might have reviewed that movie. I might be getting them mixed up. We'll get there when we get the spoilers.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Dude, this movie just does some shit, and I'm like, I want to be entertained, but like, the Halloween movie we got before this was better.
Yes. And like, I watched this movie and I thought, wow, Halloween Kills. That's probably the most appropriate title. Like, when I first walked in, I thought Halloween Kills. What a fucking dumb title. It makes no sense. Like, it's not Halloween that's killing people. Maybe it's on the day of Halloween, but what the?
The spirit of Halloween.
Yeah. I was like, this is such a dumb movie title. And then we get to the end, and I was like, you know what? I feel like if they just threw like a colon right in between those two words, Halloween Kills. That's the whole story. You got Michael Myers. I mean, sure, you could change it Michael Myers Kills. But the whole movie is just, how creative can we make his kills? And even then, they're not incredibly creative.
All of them we have seen before.
Yeah, they just look interesting. I think my favorite was the knife to the face. And you get to see the guy like, oh, like.
Yeah.
But even then,
we've seen it before.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
We'd seen it before, but I was like, that might be my favorite part. I mean, I did laugh at the ending. That ending makes me laugh, which is kind of why I like it.
That ending is exactly like, as soon as we got to the parts where the lights get turned on, I'm like, oh, this is about to be some bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck it, here we are.
Yeah.
Like, I knew we were leading to it, and then it happened. I'm like, yep, this the trail to the bullshit. I'm like, I smell bullshit afoot. We get there. Oh yeah, this is gonna turn into bullshit, isn't it? Bullshit happens. Oh, here we go. Now we're gonna get the trail away from the bullshit to the new bullshit.
Yeah.
To set up for the next bullshit.
Yeah. I have one question for you. Other than, like, being a spectacle to show murder, what do you think, like, the moral, the theme, what was the idea for, like, what were they trying to convey? Because, like,
don't let the fear and hate consume you, because then you become the monster you try to kill. I don't know.
That's better than what I came up with, actually, so you're good. Because I couldn't come up with shit.
You know what version of that story gets told better?
What's that?
X-Men.
Oh. Oh, man. Like, I thought maybe, like, part of it was fear, like, talking about fear and paranoia. Another part of it's, like, mob mentality and tribalism.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for. Don't let your fear consume you and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah, but it's just a movie. It's here.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It just it part of it is just depressing because they split our attention in between three different groups, and not well either. Like between Jamie, between Judy, and Andy, they all rhyme. um, they
And Mikey.
yeah. Like between the three of them and the stories that we like bounce between, they don't really catch my attention that well at all. When we get to all of the action that happens, it's interesting at times, sure, but we've all seen it before. Like, and then the whole like plot from this movie is ultimately he's trying to get home, right?
Yeah.
But doesn't that completely counteract the plot from the first movie, which was he wants to kill Lori? And only Lori? So, like, that's how he got to her house in the first place? For her to set it on fire? But now that he's
No.
been
No. Did you not pay attention?
Apparently not.
In the last one, the doctor is the one who put him there. Remember? The dude with the skeleton pan that stabs the sheriff?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Yeah. He kidnapped him.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. That's why that happened. But
Crazy doctor.
no, he was just. Yeah.
I remember now.
They talked about it briefly in this movie.
Yeah, I remember that. Because they had to, because it takes place immediately after the last movie with the same people laying on the ground, bleeding out still. Doesn't that kind of ruin the tension of the first movie? Like, yeah, this movie, when I think of a movie, it should help and benefit its predecessor. And this doesn't do anything to help the first movie. In fact, I feel like it makes the first movie worse.
You mean the second movie?
Yeah, technically. It's a reboot, sequel, prequel, maybe.
A requel.
Yeah, it's a what if story. Takes place 40 years later.
I am the Watcher, and these are the stories.
Yes, that's exactly. We're all the Watcher in Jamie Lee Curtis timeline.
I'm cool with being the Watcher. Yeah, I'm down.
All right, cool. I do gotta say, at least this was a fairly short movie. It was less than 2 hours long.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Though it did towards the end. I literally I hadn't done an all movie, but like last 10 minutes, I went. To see how much
time's left. Yeah.
How long we got? Because this feels like it's running a little long at this point.
That's always when I know that the movie's lost me at that point. Like if I have to see how much time is left before I decide, before I determine how I'm gonna finish the movie, I'm already know that this movie's not gonna get a good score.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good movies that I've done that with, where I'm just I just need to see what time is left on there, because I might have other shit I need to do, and I'm like, do I have time to finish this? Please, no, fuck, I gotta go do other shit. But yeah, I just because I'll admit I wasn't the biggest fan of the last Halloween movie.
No, I wasn't either, really.
But we said that it kept some of the heart. I think you were a bigger fan of it than me.
Yes,
obviously. But we both agreed that it kept some of the heart of what the original did. I personally felt, if I remember our conversation correctly, that I felt it strayed a little too far from it. But I remember you being like, I feel like it's a good sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And we both kind of came to a similar score.
Yeah.
Because it was during that time where we had different opinions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but back then, different opinion, same score. Now we'll have the same opinion and different scores. Because, I mean, I'm willing to give my popcorn kernels if you are.
Fuck it. Let's popcorn this shit up. Here's your popcorn.
Cool. I'm gonna give this movie just a 5.
Oh man, I'm good at guessing your shit
Yeah,
sometimes.
this is just a straight solid. Like, if this movie did something terrible, like poor audio editing or like bad cinematography or bad anything really, it probably would be less than a 5. But because it's technically well made, just a bad story.
I'm giving it a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I've seen this shit before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like you can give me the same formula for days. You just got to make it entertaining
Yeah.
and have some like decent storytelling to it.
Mm-hmm. Heck, you could even, if it's entertaining enough, you could release that same story 3 times a year, every year.
You know, I wanted to give into the joke a little bit more, but like you when you say that, it
Mm.
just reminds me that you just don't give a shit.
I do and I don't. Like,
Cuz you know that is a fucking lie.
yes. It, it is a
And you
lie.
know it hurts me.
I just feel like that's part of my fun at this point. It's like, how can I insult the MCU?
And
And
hurt Dev's feelings.
the hurt the death feelings part isn't a good benefit. I'm sorry about that part. If it didn't hurt
Well,
your feelings as much, I'd probably do
I
it a
mean,
lot
I
more.
allow it though because it's also Disney, so I'm gonna allow it.
That's my
Like,
biggest complaint. It's fucking Disney.
if someone else owned the MCU, I'd be all right. Just give it to Kevin Feige.
Yeah, sure.
Like Kevin Feige start up a new Marvel Studios entirely.
Yeah,
Maybe have
once.
some like things with Disney, so like the theme parks and stuff still happens, whatever.
Mhm.
But just let Kevin Feige take Marvel.
Yeah, like once the Steve Ditko and the Stan Lee families get all the Marvel heroes back, um, Kevin Feige go and talk to them. Oh, fuck.
Anyways, yeah, I'm giving it a 4 because like you got to do something to catch me if you're gonna do something that I've seen before. Like that is honestly it. Like when we talk about like origin stories and stuff like that, like origin stories when it's a character that we've seen before, and we talk about this a lot with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Batman origin stories have to be good. Like they can't not.
Mm-hmm.
Or Batman stories in general. Let's be honest. Like Batman's a great example of this. You have to do a Batman story right. If you don't, it's gonna be bad.
Mm-hmm.
But they're always very similar stories. Um, so if you're doing something new, which what the Batman looks like it's got to be, I don't. You probably haven't watched the trailer yet.
Nope.
It looks like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be different, um, which is what I want. Also, Andy Serkis is gonna be Alfred, which is cool. Um,
That just means he's
so
gonna do something else in there too. Gonna be
maybe we'll
some
see.
body double somewhere.
But like, dude, if it's bad, it's bad, and like, I can't get past this. It's a popcorn horror movie. Um, but from the sustenance that the last one had, and I said it leaned too far into this direction. This is it going like, oh, you complained about that? Okay, we'll just turn the dial more on that.
Hmm.
Have fun, kid. Because like, there's literally a scene with Michael like pin cushioning a person.
Don't remember this.
The old couple.
Oh, never mind. I remember this. Well, yeah, it happened. I
Uh huh.
didn't realize that there was literally 2 different body actors for Michael Myers in this movie.
Yep.
Because, one's stronger than the other, I guess.
You can definitely tell which one's which after a certain point.
You're not wrong. There's definitely 2 different physiques there. Um, I mean, go ahead and do the spoiler beeps or the button. I mean, sorry.
Hold on, I'm blocked. There we go.
Let's get ready to
Yay.
spoiler!
Okay. So, They tried to take Halloween 2. They pushed it back 40 years. Gave it a different title. Because it's technically the third movie. Even though it's the sequel. First movie. But it's the second movie. So... Yeah, let's just talk about this movie. What happens? It begins with Michael breaking out of Laurie's flaming house because the fire department.
That's when shit just decides to go off the rails.
Yeah,
it goes off the rails
immediately. Yes, it's just immediately off the rails.
Yeah,
I laughed when you freaking see firefighters who their first response to a man walking out of a flaming house is, "Who the fuck's this guy?" and hold up their axe. Like I feel.
Well, he walks out with one of their tools, and they're like, the fuck?
Yeah. And then they get in an axe fight with Michael Myers, and of course that doesn't end well.
Then he just had axe on a question.
And then they move on to giving us like the news position and Michael Myers in the old family's house, and he kills the old family. And then keeps walking, kills some more people, tries to make it home.
Kills kids.
Yeah, he kills kids. Yeah. Kills lots of people. Yeah, but at the same time, he also apparently plays hide and seek. Peekaboo. And doesn't kill 2 kids. He kills 1 kid, but not the other 2, because they're next to each other, apparently. For some reason. Whatever. There was the gay couple who lived in Michael's home. At least that's what I'm assuming they were.
Yeah, well, yes. Their names felt like an interesting choice, though.
I hadn't even looked at that.
They called each other Big John and Little John.
Ah. Yeah, those are interesting names. I wouldn't. All right. I mean, we know who's Big Spoon and who's Little Spoon, so simple answer there.
And Big John had the little knife. Little John had the big knife. Little John was taller.
Isn't that funny? Aren't they so clever?
I don't like. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know whether or not this was like trying to be a good portrayal of a gay couple, or if they were trying to stereotype a gay couple. Like it was in that weird gray area where I'm like, is this offensive?
I feel like they started with the stereotype and then slightly tweaked it.
Because I couldn't tell where it was gonna go. It was one of those things where it's like, it's just kind of on that line where my brain's like, I mean, it hasn't done anything overtly racist or like overtly homophobic, but I don't know if there's homophobic undertones that are trying to like from just like societal homophobic undertones in this.
I mean, some would argue that Michael Myers using a phallic object, aka a knife.
You need to stop right there.
That's literally part of what I had to study in my horror studies class is like symbolism via horror, and a lot of the time it was talking about the male image and how they're forcing an erect object onto a woman.
I mean, yeah, that is horror.
Yep. That's horror, literally.
Literally, that is the horror franchise and reality. All in one.
It's terrifying.
Little, yeah. Thanks.
It's a shame that horror, like real life, is more terrifying than movies nowadays.
Yeah, dude, I would greet this with welcome arms at this point.
Reality is stranger than fiction.
Okay.
Other things to talk about.
Can I talk to you about the end before you discuss your end?
I want to talk about one more thing before we get to the end.
Okay.
I thought it was...
Oh, I got another thing too.
Okay, I thought it was so dumb that they're literally having like it's Halloween, and they're having a freaking bar party with all the survivors of Michael Myers. They're like, in memoriam to Laurie Strode and everyone who didn't die. Congrats for being here. It's like class reunion 40 years later. Come in, come in.
The girl, both the women of that group are actually from the original movies too.
Mm-hmm. And then they introduced the new kid who's supposed to be important. And isn't.
Does nothing.
Yeah.
Why did we have the flashback with him?
Yeah.
He does nothing.
Lonnie.
Also, the cop does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking pointless exposition.
I was the one that didn't kill him.
Just for no reason. No reason at all.
But I feel so like it's my fault that he didn't die. That's
No
your reason.
reason at all.
Oh God, yeah. That was dumb. It was pointless. I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole like mob mentality thing.
Oh, that was the thing I was going to talk about as well. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that was so dumb.
That felt very forced to me. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that they're all in panic mode because a random guy is killing people. Sure. But I don't know. Like, that just felt really dramatic of a response. I just didn't like it myself. It felt like it was something that just, sure, we've seen what people on the right would call mobs nowadays over less, but they're not drawing and quartering people in the streets.
They get close. They've done murder in the street, so multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not far off of reality, I guess. I don't like my problem with that scene is Karen turning to Tommy and being like, it's not him.
And they can see each other in the mob, and Tommy then has the the clarity to be like,
him.
What have I done? I'm a monster. And then the guy literally splats in the there.
We didn't need to see the body on that one.
We didn't, but they just felt like showing it to us anyways.
It was too extra. Like, thinking about it makes me queasy.
Mm-hmm. He literally popped like a water balloon.
Okay, stop. I need to change my brain's thought where it is, or else I will throw up.
No, I won't. I could have kept going with that. You really set me up for it.
Please don't. I'm like, it's currently replaying in my head, so we need to move on.
Want to talk about the ending?
Is there anything else you want to talk about first?
Not really. Most of my gripes come with the ending and like Laurie's dialogue, and yeah.
That was the part that's one of the two. That's the part I didn't expect to happen. The part that I expected to happen that didn't, I'll get to when we get to it.
Okay.
So I'll kind of dissect. I'll explain and dissect the ending a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That way we kind of like have an understanding of what it was, and then we'll do your ending.
Okay.
If that sound like fun?
That should totally fine for me.
Do a little bit of when I would explain the whole plot.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that back for a moment for the end. And then bring in your little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do my little changes that I would have done.
Yeah. Kind of. This is some old school critically casual, actually. Oh shit! I didn't just that. Oh, 40 years later, critically casual.
I was thinking it. I wasn't gonna say it.
And then 40 years later, we are still doing that shit.
If we're still doing this in 40 years, fuck.
Yeah, damn.
But anyway, I digress.
Hey, we would have had a good catalog of movies, and then that list, we're gonna have to search and be like, Steven, did we review this movie?
Hang on, let me see which number is 120th in our Marvel movie list.
Okay, you stupid bitch. Problem is, it could be that because of multiverse and all that, so they'll all be connected, and I'm okay with that. You know, if there's I'm okay with what if movies now. Like, we're at that point where Marvel can just do what ifs.
That's probably what they're going to end up doing, honestly. But we'll
I'm
talk about that
fine
in the
with
news.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna start from. This might not be in chronological order of how it's shown,
Totally
but it's
fine.
how I'm gonna tell it.
Totally fine.
So Karen and Tommy meet up at the hospital after the dude commits suicide. And they're like, "Hey, we need to go take care of this shit." We don't see him for a bit. Allison, what's his name? Cameron and Lonnie all are together. They go to the house. To Mikey's house where Little John and Big John were killed. We don't know that Little John's been killed yet, but we know he's been killed. It would fall under my rule if we haven't seen the body yet. So they go there. Lonnie's like, no, you guys stay in here. I'm going in alone. And we know he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's no two ways about it. The moment a character does that in a fucking Michael Myers movie, they're dead. Like, that is the rule. That is a horror rule, in all honesty.
And thankfully, they kept up with that because it literally took 5 seconds. I'm going in alone. 5 seconds later, we're going in. That was
Seriously.
quick.
Oh, well, that's a record.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it would have lasted at least a minute. All right.
Maybe some dialogue? Maybe some. No, we're just getting right to the point. Okay.
Any
all
camera
right.
angle with him inside as he turns a corner? Nothing.
Nothing. No shot of like Michael behind him, like further away, and then a shot of like a gunshot going off through the window, like the flash or nothing. No. Literally just him walk in, closed door, gunshot. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Straight to the point. All right. All right. Movie,
Thanks for cutting up the fat. Sure.
Because you got a lot of fat in those last 10 minutes. Don't worry. So Cameron and Allison go in. They're like, oh no, Lonnie, looking around the place. Oh my God, they shoot a pumpkin. Which, damn, my lord, does Michael Myers have time to set shit up?
Yeah. He really likes to set up, like fine poetry, like fine art imagery with cuddling couples as they hold each other close. And their piles and puddles of blood.
Masks.
Yeah.
Time to set up a jack-o'-lantern.
The jack-o'-lantern head.
Was that jack-o'-lantern actually? Oh yeah, no, the jack-o'-lantern head from the last one. You're right. That
it was actually there.
It was in this. Yeah, it was in this. Showed up in this one. He's a one for the dramatics.
Yeah.
If he wasn't a murderer, he maybe would have been a drama kid.
Yeah. What's soft through yonder? And it's an actual head. Oh.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Yeah, his blood's dripping down his arms.
I was thinking the same thing. I hate us.
We're not the same person. It's fine.
We keep saying that, but this shit keeps happening. Anyways, so they do that. They go upstairs. They're checking the rooms. Allison finds the record playing with the two dead bodies. Cameron goes in and he's going down the stairway walkway and finds his dad's crushed into the basement, into the attic awning thingy.
Yeah, the
ladder
thing. Which was really, how did he get up there in 5 seconds? Who knows?
Yeah, I know, that was fast and with no noise.
Yeah.
Like that was quick. He had time to, from gunshot to them getting in the building, to do all the stuff and not make noise.
Mm-hmm. He did it. He's an expert.
He makes one footstep noise the entire time once the kids are in there. Yep, that's it. So he just did this. He did a quick shuffle. He's like, oh, my leg's falling asleep a little.
Shake that out a little bit. Here we go. No. Yeah, he just farted and had to lift his leg up a little bit.
Yeah, he got a wedgie. So he lifted his leg up real quick.
Yeah, just shake it out. His balls were stuck to his thigh, How worse can we make
In
this?
in that mechanic outfit, we get a little swamp ass in there, swamp ball, which means he should be using our sponsor, Manscaped's deodorant.
We're Manscaped. If you want to sponsor us.
Would have been a great segue.
So, yeah.
So that happens. They go upstairs. He had time to hide in the closet thing at the end of the hall. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which, don't know how he did that. Or why. Why he did it. Because he literally, as soon as the kid gets like 5 feet away, the kid has time to react.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey comes out and starts charging. I can't remember. Did the kid hit him with any shots?
I don't think so. I think it was once again the same problem that every person with a gun had in this movie was they were too damn close to Michael, so he just smacks it away.
He takes a shot though, right?
I think maybe one. Yeah, the only I'm thinking of the police officer who was literally charged while he was standing in the window for some reason, but that's at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. So Cameron starts getting choked out, and Allison's like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" Because he got stabbed a couple times too. Oh my gosh, comes out there, tries to shoot Mikey once with a shotgun, misses.
It's hard to miss with a shotgun, but
it really is. Like, my lord, movies, it's a fucking shotgun. You don't have to barrel stuff someone. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's great doing that in Halo and in Destiny and stuff like that. Like, my lord, doing some Black Ops Cold War slide with a shotgun into someone and barrel stuffing them with it. Oh my god, do I love that? You've seen me do that a lot of times. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's immaculate. You don't have to do it every time, because I can also take a longer shot with a shotgun, depending on what you put on the shotgun. This one was one that you could probably take a shot from, I don't know, more than 2 feet away.
Nope, gotta be right in his face with that shotgun. Gotta be right in his face with this handgun, too. That's why when he kicks the door, you shoot yourself in the head.
Oh, God. That kill. That kill happened. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I tuned out after that. I was like, oh, man.
So now we know where this is going.
We know where this is going. Yeah. Okay. Like, all right. I guess this is what we're doing. So anyway, she was handled. That was a 50, right? That was a 50 cal. Was that a deagle? That looked like a deagle.
Probably.
She was handling that really well. Like, minimal recoil.
Who knows?
So, like, good on her. Terrible shots. Everyone, terrible shots, even from a distance. Like, no one can hit any range on him. Anyways, so she gets thrown down the stairs, breaks her leg. Similar to Lori, happened in the first movie. Not the movie before this, but the first movie.
Yes, the first. Yeah.
The original Halloween, not the new Halloween. That's a sequel to Halloween. Anyways, don't worry, we get to do this again next year, by the way.
Hey, I wasn't there yet, but yes. Because what happens at the end of this movie, Dev?
Okay, so anyways, everyone knows that there's a sequel coming, okay? It's how we're getting the sequel is the problem. So she's down on the stairs. Cameron starts getting fucking murked. Eventually he's just drooling out on like head hanging over the stairs, and Michael just walking down the stairs goes real quick. I will say Rach is probably gonna be very disappointed. There's no choke out Michael Daddy Myers moments. He doesn't really put hand on throat lift. Which is what Rach and Chantel really would want. So they are going to be extremely disappointed with that. No Tombstone Myers.
Oh, there's one moment where he has a hand on throat. I just found a picture of it.
Not a kill.
Yeah, no.
So doesn't count. That's not a Tombstone Myers. That's a Woundstone Myers.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be here all week. Over on Twitch.tv/. So anyways, he starts going down the stairs to kill her, and then she kind of hobbling away, and like she's yelling, "Do it! Do it!" And then she looks, "Do it!" And there's Judy Gree, stabs him with the pitchfork from the porch, takes him down. And at this moment, I go, "Okay, hit him in the head with it."
Yeah, do fucking something.
Like, I don't care at this point if you've got a plan. You have him down. Stab him in the motherfucking head with your pitchfork. No, you're going to take the pitchfork off and take his mask? Okay, so this is what we're doing.
Yeah, because you remember in Halloween 2 when she shoots Michael in the head twice and he bleeds through his eyes, but he's still fine. Wait, that didn't happen in this timeline. Never.
No. So, she lures him to another street over.
Because she took his mask.
Where he finds the mask on the ground, he stands over it, and all of a sudden lights come on. There's Tommy and all the boys and girls who are ready to fucking kick this guy's ass.
That I expected.
I 100%. As soon as that happened, I'm like, I know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the shit kicked out of him, shot several times. Like, Michael Myers gets fucked up.
He's even stabbed for the final assault through the back of, like, through
in the spine.
Yeah. By Judy Greer.
Which would just end anyone. I don't care if you're a monster. You're not moving without your central nervous system connecting to the rest of your body. I don't care if you don't feel pain.
You're just an animal.
You're not going to be able to move.
Yeah.
Something of your body's not going to function correctly.
Except at this point in time, this is when Laurie is like, hey, Michael's not a regular person. He's the embodiment of fear. He's a monster.
He gets stronger with every kill.
Yeah.
And as soon as that I'm like, maybe this is a twist. Maybe he's gonna live through this and like go to trial but break out. And that's Halloween ends. No. No. Ex-sheriff, what's his face? Lee Brackett, played by Charles Cyphers, again, who was the original Lee Brackett in the original Halloween movie. Pissed off at his daughter's death, decides to get real close to Mikey to shoot him. To which, in that time of being really close to him, Michael does this. She cuts his hand. Has time to go from arm up here to back here to stabbing over here or slicing over here.
And then he
proceeds to butcher everyone.
Yeah, which I was half expecting that from the beginning. Like, as soon as they circled him, I was like, cool, I think this would be a really awesome fight where they just keep sending people in on him, and eventually they wear him down, and he eventually stops. That's not what happened.
They beat the shit out of him, and I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected. But my brain went, you know where this is going, Dev. Like, you know that there's a sequel. He's got to get out of this. And my brain went, but what bullshit are we about to get? What kind of bullshit are we about to get?
Yeah.
Because, like, I knew the end of this movie, because how much it was talked about, was Michael was going to stand in that window. And I had a feeling that Judy Greer would die. I don't know why throughout this entire movie I thought she would die. But I was like, for some reason, she has to be the one to die. Because you're not going to kill Laurie Strode.
Nope. Can't kill the main character.
And you're not going to kill Allison.
She's the new young face of the series. So you have to get the middle-aged woman out of there. They don't fit in movies.
Hello, Judy Greer.
Yeah.
So I had a feeling she would die if there was going to be any form of stakes to this movie. Unfortunately, that is literally the last thing the movie does.
It's literally the last thing. However, as we don't see it happen all the way through, they cut away. What if she's still alive?
She's dead because we see her fall over and him have time to stare out the window. covered in blood.
Yeah.
How I expected that scene to go though was I expected some Elm Street, where Allison would be looking up at the window and see Michael come from behind her. Not this shitty ass camera angle where we obviously would have seen Michael enter the room. No matter what, there's no possible way Michael was in this room before Judy Greer gets to the window.
Yeah.
It's nigh impossible. Unless he was crouched behind her the entire time and waited for the camera to go to the right angle for him to pop out. Like, Michael doesn't sneak. Michael casually walks to his target. So, him just walking from behind Judy Greer. And I knew it was going to happen as soon as I knew she was going up there. But I didn't expect it to be that. I didn't expect it to literally be he's literally just going to manifest himself there like fucking Jason Voorhees. Like, I'm sorry. You can't explain that one to me because of the angle I saw it from. Was he hiding under the bed? Probably not. Was he coming through the door? No, we saw the door.
Yeah.
Was he behind a curtain? No, we would have seen the fucking curtain move. Like, there's no explanation for it ending. Why are we doing this? Anyways. Yeah, Judy Greer dies at the end. Like,
yeah, she's
because
dead.
he kills everyone from the mob, including Tommy, and just ends up behind her somehow. A woman much shorter than him.
Just happens.
I don't care how much you play with angles.
Just happens.
If Michael Myers popped up behind me from here, you would ask questions. How? I can obviously see the door. Was he hiding under the table the entire time? Probably not, because like that, you can kind of see where he'd come from. He'd have to come from like under the desk area. But no, Dev's right there. He'd have to like really craftily. And Michael's taller than Dev. So how did he get behind the chair without being seen crouched over? Like, you ask questions. Now, if he showed up in the door frame, which would creep me the fuck out at this moment, if someone did show up there, it would have been a really good. This would have been a good gag to get someone over just for this one bit.
Yeah. Now, if he stood and then your roommate Mikey shows up.
Yeah, completely different people. He's Mikey Mayers.
I hate you.
Hate me for what? It's just the dude's last name.
Are you sure it's not a 17-year-old boy named something Tenor who had a lot to drink and was wearing a mask before he left the party?
My God, did he go up into flames?
Yeah, the blood alcohol content, man.
I call bullshit.
But no, yeah, back to Halloween Kills here.
So, God, that ending.
Yeah, what I thought was going to happen, and probably what I would have done, is I probably wouldn't have killed Judy Greer. I probably would have ended the movie before that. I honestly think what I would have done is after the mob beats the shit out of Michael, I probably would have had everybody like look away. And then the only thing that you see is the mask when they look back. Everything else is gone but the Myers iconic mask. And then that would be the end of the movie. Heck, if you wanted to, you could still let him do the whole mob thing and kill the entire mob. And then once he pops up behind Judy Greer, she has her moment where she shoots him through the window. And then when he falls through the window and off the balcony and she looks down there, he's gone. Just like, the first movie. Halloween, made in 1978. Totally fine. That would have been, I feel like, an okay thing to do. Because they set it up with Laurie being like, he gets stronger with every kill. He is fear. He is blah, 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 blah. So then what I would have done with Halloween Ends, the obvious sequel that we're getting next year, I probably would have started like the Cult of Michael, the Curse of Witches.
Michael's mom.
Yeah, like where the whole movie is once again, they go into that like the scares and the fears of everybody. But it's they instead of joining a mob to kill this one person, they can trust nobody because people are dying. They think it's Michael Myers, but they don't know. But the kills are similar, but not quite the same. And they keep finding masks all around the place. And it's just this fear of who is Michael? Is he still alive? Is it some random person? Is it a copycat? Is it actually Laurie who's gone crazy? That's probably what I would have done, or something similar to that, you know? Just kind of leave it in mystery.
Because I'll say in the last one, they set him up to be more human in the last one.
Yeah, I would have thought the same.
But this one just makes him inhuman.
Yeah, he's invincible again.
Like, the fuck?
And it's because Laurie's been studying him for 40 years that she knows that brute force won't kill him, even though she lit him on fire, thinking that it would kill him.
Man. Man.
A lot of problems with this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems with horror movies right now in general. Like I said earlier, part of it I feel like is that they need to make more suspense and more stakes. Like, we knew that Jodie Greer had to die this movie. So why not make her more integral? Have her be even more a part of the action? Like, have her be the one who's at risk throughout most of the movie?
Or flip that on its head. Have her beat Michael.
Yeah.
Like you said.
That. But
one or the other.
Yeah, but no.
You literally do it the last second?
Yeah, the very last second, where at this point everyone's like, okay.
And no one knows it happens.
Mm-hmm. No one. Because, like, what's going to happen is the next movie, Halloween Ends, is going to take place immediately after this movie, where Laurie's going to be like, all right, I'm going to go talk to my daughter and my granddaughter and see how they're doing over there. And then they're going to find out that everybody's fucking dead. Literally every adult in this city, apparently, is fucking dead. So that's when we get a Children of the Corn, the Children of Witches, Curse of Witches, whatever, Church Cult of Michael bullshit. This makes sense to me. But no, Michael's still alive. He kills Judy Greer, kills all the adults who were stopping him, and now he's just home, standing there in the windows.
Where the fuck were the cops during this entire movie, by the way? I'm sorry.
They were investigating all the other murders that he'd already done.
So, like,
they were at the hospital.
At this point, FBI copters would be in town.
Yes. With all of these murders.
National Guard would be in town.
My next question is, like, I actually thought it was an interesting idea. Imagine it's the year 2021 and a mega murderer lives just down the street from you. And nothing that you can do, like no amount of people you put in that house will get him out of that house. Like, what's the solution, do you think? Because my first thought was a bomb or a missile. Just blow up the whole house.
Well, I mean, let me put my Imperial hatred lefty hat on for a second. Nice and snug. So, during the Obama administration, he did allow for drone strikes on U.S. citizens. So, probably how they would handle that.
Okay. So, yeah. Do you imagine that movie? It's Halloween 10. Michael Myers in space fighting drones.
Somehow he's beating them.
Yes. This is like Halloween 10 at this point, isn't it? Like,
it's more than that, Steven.
Yeah.
For counting the franchise as a whole, it's more than that. I think this is 12.
Oh, God.
Right? I think.
Something crazy like that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1 isn't out yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
This was 11?
I think this is 11.
Okay. So usually about now they start getting real ridiculous.
Was this not ridiculous enough for you?
Not quite. I mean, they didn't go to space yet.
Well, it's because it's a new timeline.
Good point. Next episode. Or next movie.
Halloween ends again.
Yeah, I'm imagining Final Destination. The Final Destination 3. Last Stop.
Friday the 13th. The final chapter.
Yep.
Final Friday the 13th. X.
Yeah, once again,
13th Jason Takes Manhattan.
that's number 7. No, that's number 8. So I got that mixed up.
Wasn't the one before that supposed to be the end though?
Probably
one of them before that. Yeah. Fucking franchises that like
money. I'm gonna make this until I can't make money off it anymore.
Guess what? It made money. It made a lot of money already.
At least there's only one more of these movies.
For now.
What
What a weird couple weeks this month has already been.
to think. We'll
Still
have
one more week.
Yeah. It's hard to. I still. When they say time flies when you get old, it really does. I mean, we're not even old yet. How is it already almost the end of 2021?
Yeah, dude, I have no idea. Like, this year, Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. That feels so long ago, but so short ago.
Mm.
That, like, in my brain, that either feels like it was years ago, or it feels like we did that yesterday.
You know, it was just 7 months ago. Literally almost 7 months to the day.
Damn, weird.
But yeah, like, when I honestly still feel like it's March. Only because it just things don't seem right. Like, I genuinely feel like I'm getting back to, like, going back to work post-COVID. Like, that's how I feel right now. But it's 7 months later. We're 7 months past. Get back to work post-COVID, you know? So.
Put the cap back on. Well, it's because the society doesn't want to take a fucking authorized vaccine, which was authorized by their president to be one of the 3 that made it. Out of the how fucking many different companies did it, there are only 3 that succeeded, by the way. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's totally just Big Pharma trying to make money off of it. You know me,
Because
a
it's
Big
totally
Pharma
free.
supporter. My socialist ass loves Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Give me Big Pharma. Oh, yeah. I don't need no fucking Medicare for all bullshit. Give me Big Pharma. Oh, yeah. Anyways, taking that back off.
I wish there was more good horror.
Yeah.
Really just. Like, even bad horror movies are better than this.
Yeah.
Like, you could make a date night, like a stay-at-home date night out of bad horror movie. Just cuddle with some blankets, get some popcorn, pour a couple glasses of wine, watch some shitty, funny movies.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
Like, that sounds like a perfect date night to me.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
Yeah, like this.
You need a gal who could do that with you.
Yeah, this, I would not sit and watch this movie for, like, a horror movie date night. This is, nah. This is just bad. It's not like bad because it's a bad movie. It's bad because it's forgettable. And that's the worst thing for a movie to be.
I saw it today, Steven. And I could feel it drifting away.
I mean, it took me a minute to remember the gay couple.
It took you a minute to remember that this went over the movie before.
A little bit. Wait, was it the movie before, or was it this?
Both. Both.
Are
Good
there
sir.
references to the other movies like H2O in this?
There's a reference to Halloween 2. I think they used the scene where the sheriff sees his daughter. I think they used that cut.
Maybe? I don't know. I'd have to double check. They did. That doesn't fit in the timeline. I mean, it kind of does. Because, he did have to find his daughter at some point. Am I right?
Also, I'll say good job with the edit of Loomis into this. I will give the movie credit for that. It wasn't noticeable to me because of how they shot those and edited those.
Mm-hmm.
That was well done because they made it feel like it was. What?
I'm still upset about Lonnie. Why the fuck is Lonnie in this movie? Why did we need the flashback to him as a child? Like, is it because he's supposed to be important in this movie? He isn't.
Not even close to important.
Sorry. Much
Oh
disappointed.
no, you have the right to be disappointed, Steven. You have every right. Because it is disappointing.
Halloween disappointing. That's what this. Yeah,
That's a good way of putting it.
I got nothing else to talk about unless you do. Got something.
No, I think that's it for me.
All right, let's.
A little bit of news.
A little bit of news. There isn't much.
I got one news.
All right, cool.
Because I was watching DC Fandom was this weekend.
How was it?
It was entertaining enough. There were some good trailer drops, some teases. We got teased for Black Adam. We got teased for the Flash. Like the concept, don't like that this is going to be the Flash's first outing and we're going into this shit, but I guess fuck it, why not? You're giving me Michael Keaton Batman again. Like, I can't complain that because you're giving me that. Like, that is something we've all asked for and we're getting it. So thank you. I appreciate that at least. We got to see the trailer for the new Batman. Looks really good. They announced that everyone's returning for Wonder Woman 3.
Everyone?
I don't know about everyone, but Gal Gadot and what's her name, the director.
I was about to say, is boyfriend magically reappearing for a third time?
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. We do not know yet. Let me scroll over to it real quick. Where is it? Patty Jenkins. They did show us a little bit of stuff from Shazam 2, Wrath of Gods. They showed a little bit of Aquaman, and everyone was really hyped for it because we got to see like Black Manta in like an actual Black Manta, like classic cartoon silver head.
Okay.
Bullshit. Like he looks like he's from Super Friends.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
It's so dumb, but I love it. Everyone went, Aquaman be like this, and then Amber Heard. Super Pets announced like all the characters that are going to be in it, and it's like a list. It's a fucking list of Super Pets. There's like a list of Super Pets going to be in it. Peacekeeper had a trailer. That looks like it's gonna be no, Peacemaker, sorry. Looks like it's gonna be fun. All of the DC shows had their trailers and showing off what they're gonna do. There's Zatanna stuff in the works. Static Shock is in development at HBO Max.
That I'm excited
with
for.
Michael B. Jordan producing. The Untitled Superman project with J.J. Abrams and Tennessee Colts. There's also Blue Beetle is in pre-production at HBO Max. It's got Cobra Kai's Julio, because X is a different in Spanish, right? I can't remember. God, I hate fucking being American. Madrina. He's going to play Jaime Reyes. And I can't wait because he's the main kid from Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Great casting. Scripting for Birds of Prey, spinoff of um uh Black Canary is in the works. Batgirl has announced, Leslie Grace from In the Heights is going to be Barbara Gordon. And they are working on pre-production for that. Let me see if there's anything else major that was announced. Black Adam, Flash, yada
So
yada.
they're taking a big risk announcing so much for a franchise that has set such low bars.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like they're like, yeah, here's 30 movies we have in the pipeline, and I'm like, wow, fuck.
For a franchise that we literally, if I go to our list, would give maybe a 50-50 to. Not even.
Not even.
Not even. It's a out of 11 movies, there are 4 we said we actually, well, I'll say 5 that we enjoy. One of the top 6 is one that I don't enjoy, but Steven enjoys, but it only beats it because it's shot better.
Aquaman?
Man of Steel
Okay.
beats Aquaman on the list.
Yeah, I literally had this discussion with my stepmother. I was like, out of all of the DC movies, there's 4 of them that I took the time to remember. The Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, and the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Fantabulous. You almost had it. Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. I'll give you credit, though, for you. That is the closest you've ever given a try for it.
I tried that time. Then Aquaman and Wonder Woman, the original.
Only one you're missing from that list was Shazam, which we have at number 2.
Yeah. I haven't watched that in a while. I'll need to rewatch that now.
That's fair. And we're kind of half shit talking because there's like some cool shit that looks really fun that's coming from DC, but also it's DC, so it's like, where's this gonna go? We don't know. Is this gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? Oh no. I don't know. Because literally the 2 movies that came out this year was Wonder Woman 1984.
Ooh.
Oh no, 3 came out this year. Wonder Woman 1984. That was this year. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I for some reason put 2020 on that one. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
That kind of counts.
But it's not it counts in the thing. And the Suicide Squad. What a spectrum. You have trash, beauty, and someone's jerk off art piece.
We've got 4 hours to watch a movie, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh. That is what this year has been for DC. Like, I'm sorry. Marvel this year has been, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
The only one that I am hesitant on is still the one that they decided to kick everything off with cinematically, Black Widow.
But we both agreed it's a good movie. It just doesn't fit where it was released.
I'm having more and more things that I don't like about it every time I think about it, but it's ultimately an okay movie.
On the like, if we were to combine these 2 lists, I still say it goes high end. Like, if we were to put that onto the DC list, it would still go high end DC.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think by default, it would beat Man of Steel for entertainment.
Guess that makes sense, yeah. I mean,
Which would mean, I don't think it would get past Birds of Prey because I think we both enjoyed that movie.
Honestly, don't know at this moment.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like Birds of Prey was good.
Also,
but
actually, I don't know
I
if
still
Black
think-
Widow would beat Aquaman though, because we do have Aquaman below Man of Steel, and Aquaman's just stupid fun.
Yeah. Like if I think about how fun I'm having, Aquaman's more fun than Black Widow.
All right. No matter what, it's beating Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
Which means it beats 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 for the DCEU.
Wow, it almost hit top 5 for the worst Marvel movie that's come out this year. DC, you got some catching up.
You really do.
That's okay. They got 30 movies to throw out there. We're fine.
Are we? I guess now that Venom's part of the MCU, like, we're fucked.
Good point. Spoilers for Venom, if you're not just kidding. People know about
Whatever.
that stuff by now.
It's been weeks.
Let's see. Other news that I want to talk about. Have you heard about Ryan Reynolds taking a sabbatical?
No.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's decided to quit acting for a little while. So I don't think we're getting a Deadpool movie anytime soon.
I mean, he could take a year or two off and still come back for the next Untitled Marvel movie.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, he's right now. He's taking a break from acting because reasons he didn't really explain, other than the last movie that he just got done filming was pretty tiresome, and he's like, "Yep, I'm just gonna take a break."
I mean, he's been a very busy guy.
Yeah, and he's also a business owner now at this point. So
Multiple business owner / co-owner.
I might get one of his cell phones. We'll see. But so Ryan Reynolds is taking a break from acting. So just so everyone knows, beloved comedy actor who anxious at all times. Let's see. I've been trying to scroll through a bunch of stuff here, but nothing really catches my attention. A lot of it's talking about awards and TV shows coming out, but we don't really talk about TV shows very often, so
No.
yeah. Yeah, I guess all we have left is to talk about next week's movies. Ooh. I just realized there's 2 vampire movies that were recently released from Netflix.
I saw the trailer for one of them. Is it the 2 girls one?
Yeah, that's called Night Teeth.
One where the dude's driving them around and all that?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
then the other one is the vampires on a plane one.
Hold up, what?
Yeah, yeah. Netflix released a movie that was essentially vampires on a plane.
Do we do that for Christmas week area? December? Is this the next time we have open slots?
We could. I mean, well, we'll throw it in there eventually, maybe.
December feels right? Vampires Christmas.
Yeah. Die Hard Christmas, same thing.
We can find a vampire Christmas movie, right?
I mean,
Tie it together?
there's a vampire movie that takes place in Alaska. Is that Christmassy enough?
That's exactly what I was thinking, by the way.
Fuck. Oh.
Get out of my brain!
That's 30 Days of Nights for anyone who doesn't know. Fuck.
I hate us so much.
The only other thing that I wanted to talk about, other than next week's movies, we'll get to that in a moment. You were talking about the new Batman trailer.
Yes.
Is this Batman, is he going to be a detective or is he going to be a boxer? If you understand my drift there.
It might be the balance.
Okay.
Which is the best Batman we'd have gotten.
Mm-hmm. Because
The Batman looks like he's going to do detective stuff and other stuff.
awesome. I would love, this is like my ultimate like fan thing that I'd love to see. I don't know if you've seen this movie. You've probably heard of it, called The Game. And I'm not joking you here. So don't worry if you just lost the game.
I lost the game.
Yeah. This movie called The Game, which is it stars Michael Douglas and Sean Penn, and it's directed by David Fincher, and it's a great movie that makes you constantly wonder what the hell's going on.
At least spell his name right, and also you have to say it in chat.
Yeah.
Or you have to comment below if you lost the game.
Like it's the game is a great movie because it's like it's a mystery and it's a thriller and it's all about essentially it's a guy who hires a company to throw him a special birthday party and then by the end of it he's like what's real, what's not. It's a very interesting movie that I think would be awesome to see, like a David Fincher style Batman movie where he's a detective going through like Riddler bullshit and just not able to figure it out through most of the movie. Or like he gets it, it's just dramatic and mystery and thrillery rather than punchy and fighty.
Seems to be kind of what we're getting with the Riddler stuff. It seems like the punchy stuff might come more from the Penguin side of stuff, and like we're getting Catwoman in this, and it looks like it's gonna be a good Catwoman story as well in there. We're getting 3 strong Batman villains.
So they didn't learn from Spider-Man, I see.
Well, Batman characters, I guess. Because we're getting Catwoman, which I think introducing Catwoman early into a franchise, if this becomes a franchise, great idea. Get it in there early, just so we can build that relationship. Okay. Penguin, great introduction villain because he sets up the underground of Gotham. He's the classic mob boss, you know, like absolute classic Batman villain for the underside of the city. Riddler, fantastic detective villain for Batman. 3 excellent characters to have for Batman. That is how you start a Batman story.
So okay, I know I know you literally just said it, but it went one ear and out the other. So you said Penguin, Riddler, who else? Catwoman?
Catwoman. Yeah.
Okay.
As like she's not a villain, but she's an antagonistic force.
Why do I feel like I've seen this movie?
We've seen close to. Bat Nipples came in the one either after the one with the Riddler or the one after the Riddler. Because the one with the Riddler is after the one with Penguin and Catwoman.
And then the next one
have
is
been
Riddler and Two-Face.
Which the fact that Colin Firth is Penguin in this, dude, just look at a picture of him as Penguin.
Colin Firth Penguin. Nope, that's some video game graphic. I mean, all that I see here is just a headshot, which I mean it kind of works, but
I think that works. Like, you know exactly what character he's playing. But it's like
I can see it.
That's Colin Firth? What?
Yeah, that's definitely not the handsome man that I know as Colin Firth.
So impressive work there. Out of DC movies, you know, maybe, yeah, we this one gets the makeup award. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm looking forward to this one. This one looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, so we'll definitely see. I guess last thing to talk about is next week's movies. Got anything else?
Nope. I am good.
All right, let's talk about next week. Next week. Is this
We're doing
sequel or a reboot?
Reboot.
Damn, I wanted more jokes.
I mean, that one's gonna get an honest answer. You know this. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So we're watching Dunes. Dune, 1984, with Sir Patrick Stewart in it. And Dune 2021, which has so many fucking people in it that it's gonna be a list of me going like, hey, here's all these Marvel people in this. Heads up, you're getting a list next week.
Is one of them Dave Bautista?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. So I want to address
one of them's a Skarsgård.
I want to address that whole like Dave Bautista thing. That was last week, right?
Yes, that was last week.
Yeah. I still kind of stand by that from after last week. I still don't like him as an actor, but I'll at least give him that he's more of an actor than John Cena and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay, I don't know how to take that.
Like, at least
your opinion on it.
Yeah, like he at least tries
I know
acting,
you like,
but I still don't like him. He's not the same character over and over again intentionally.
He's not the same character over and over again.
That one was just to get you angry. Sorry. I'm a bully. I just like seeing you angry. I'm sorry. Are we done? Are you done?
My eyes are about to turn blue, and I'm going to start seeing the future.
Ooh, that's impressive. Yeah, I got nothing. So yeah, all right, next week. We'll see you then for Dune stuff. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. View. No. Yeah.
I can see the future! Full sand! The eyes are gonna turn blue! Oh, it's gonna be some, like, shield hologram!